Howdy, friend. Sam Houston here, hoping you're living in high cotton. And if you're lucky enough to be in Texas, I know you're most of the way there. Now enjoy your daily dose of Texas history and Texas pride.
Howdy, friend. Welcome back to the Feed Bandit podcast and your Texas History Roundup for March 20th. In 1836, Colonel James W. Fannon's forces surrendered to Mexican forces under General Jose de Urrea, and the captives were taken back to Goliad. Before leaving for Victoria, Urrea had supposedly sent a request to General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna to spare their lives, but any such request was not heeded, as a Goliad massacre took place on Palm Sunday, March 27th. Also on this day, Texas forces under General Sam Houston completed their 25-mile move along the eastern bank of the Colorado River to Beeson's Ferry in present-day Columbus. With control of Mossie's crossing upriver and at Atascasito below, this location gave the Army command of a major stretch of the Colorado. Though Houston was not aware of Santa Anna's overall strategy, he knew from scouting reports the direction of the Central Mexican Army, which was towards Beeson's Ferry. By this time, new recruits and reinforcements had increased the Texas Army to about 1,200 men. Mexican strength was reported to be about 1,325. Also on this day, Joe, Colonel William B. Travis's servant, who survived the Alamo and accompanied Susanna Dickinson to Gonzales, was questioned by Texas officials, who were impressed by his modesty, candor, and clarity of account. In 1888, future Governor Coke Stevenson was born in Mason County. Stevenson, as lieutenant governor, became governor on August 4th, 1941, when William L. O'Daniel resigned to become a U.S. Senator. Stevenson served 2 additional full terms, and during his administration, soil conservation laws were instituted and a permanent financing policy for state highways was adopted. In 1948, he ran for the U.S. Senate but lost by 87 votes to Lyndon B. Johnson. A contested return from Jim Wells County, which came in with a whopping 201 votes for Johnson and only 2 for Stevenson, was critical to his loss. No doubt that was a cheat. He became a disenchanted Democrat and began voting Republican. Stevenson died at 87 in 1975 in San Angelo. In 1921, Gulf No. 2 became the Panhandle's first commercially successful oil well. Eugene S. Blasdell had purchased oil and gas leases on the Four Sixes Ranch in 1919 and brought in the Gulf Production Company to drill. Prior to this strike, his Gulf No. 1 well, completed in 1920, had produced 50 million cubic feet of gas daily. In 1942, Robert P. Bob Kinney played his last basketball game for Rice University, which was a loss to Stanford University, the ultimate national champion, in the first round of the NCAA tournament. Kinney was the first, quote, big man from the Southwest Conference to earn consensus All-American basketball honors. While he played at Rice, the Owls compiled a 62-14 record. They won the Southwest Conference in 1940 and shared it in 1942. And low-scoring games were the norm at the time, yet Kinney totaled 1,000 varsity points, and he twice won All-America honors. He played 8 years for the Detroit Pistons and the Boston Celtics, and he's a member of the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. In 2010, Mary E. Liz Sutherland Carpenter died in Austin after a spectacular career in politics and journalism. Born in Salado in 1910, she was the great-granddaughter of Sterling Robertson, Salado's founder. She and her husband formed Carpenter News Bureau during FDR Franklin Roosevelt's administration, and she became an icon in Washington politics. Later, during Senate hearings on her confirmation as Assistant Secretary of Public Affairs, she appeared in a red dress and told the senators she wanted to be their Valentine. When asked if she or any members of her family had ever done anything to embarrass the country and or the government, she responded, "Yes, lots of them." She was a one and only. All right, my friend, that was your Texas History Roundup for March 20th. Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you back here tomorrow on the next one. All right, you take care.
Well, there you have it. If you like our podcast, check us out at feedbandit.com. There you'll find awesome Texas First outdoors gear and apparel. Your purchase helps support the Bandits and keeps this podcast on the air, fighting for you and for Texas. Remember, preserve the tradition, protect the legacy. Until next time.